Now, ministers at Westminster have unveiled plans for what they say is a green industrial revolution to hit the UK target of net zero carbon emissions by 2050. From 2030, the sale of new diesel-only and petrol-only cars will be banned. That's a decade earlier than originally planned, but some hybrid vehicles will be allowed. There will be more money for new nuclear power, including 16 mini nuclear power plants, and a target to replace 600,000 gas boilers a year by 2028, and that's by installing low-energy heat pumps. To carry out these plans, the UK government has committed £4 billion in new spending. It says it's part of a broader £12 billion package, and it hopes that 250,000 new jobs will be created in the green sector. With more details, here's our business editor, Simon Jack.
Eliminating carbon emissions is a mammoth project which will need a lot of tools. Wind power, a new generation of nuclear energy to replace the old, and electrifying transport. All of them were included in the government's 10-point plan for what it's calling a green industrial revolution. But it's projects like this one in Oxford which may prove the unlikely front line in the battle against climate change.
When you think of a huge issue like climate change, you might think of international summits, Extinction Rebellion protests, offshore wind turbines, but the truth is that if we're going to get to net zero, the way we heat our homes is one of the toughest nuts to crack. This is an industrial revolution that will be coming right to our front doors.
These pipes extract heat from under the ground, which is pumped into the home for heating and hot water. It's a replacement technology for the 25 million gas boilers which will have to be ripped out.
Gas boilers are going. We cannot continue to do what we've done for years and years and years. And I believe the future is heat pumps. The technology exists today.
Local resident Paul Brennan told me why he agreed to be part of this housing association pilot scheme.
The initial attraction was the bills will be cheaper, the electricity bill will be cheaper, and that in itself will have a knock-on effect in terms of being better for the environment, using up less resources, for instance.
Each house costs nearly £15,000 to convert. That's why this is going to be so difficult. Easier by comparison, a technology that has come of age and down in price.
It's brought the environmental issues into people's minds.
Nevertheless, bringing forward a ban on the sale of new petrol and diesel cars by a whole decade from 2040 to 2030 will get car owners' attention.
It is ambitious, but I think it's achievable. The charging infrastructure has got to grow, but that's a bit of a chicken and egg situation because the cars aren't on the road yet. And we need the manufacturers to roll out new models.
Technology to extract and store carbon from heavy industry will see investment, along with experiments in hydrogen and small nuclear reactors. So, does it constitute a revolution?
It's an exciting day in terms of getting us back on the front foot. Is it enough? No, of course it's not enough, and we'll be looking next week to the Chancellor in terms of what's coming out of the spending review.
The Committee on Climate Change estimates it will require £30 billion in investment every year for the next 30 years. Transport Secretary Grant Shapps said where the government led, private investment would follow.
We think the amount of money that we're investing in this will be dwarfed by the amount of money that comes in from, of course, those new technologies and people wanting to invest in the sector. The important thing is government is leading the way.
Perhaps not a revolution, but a down payment on a green future that government hopes will create new jobs, even new industries along the way. Simon Jack, BBC News.